DK Oldies. So I know a lot of other YouTubers have been talking about this, and I've been a little hesitant to talk about it at first because of that, but I really wanted to talk about this because it regards retro gaming, which is one of my biggest interests, and I've been collecting for a few years now, so it's definitely something that I'm interested in, and I really wanted to bring this up. But I feel like DK Oldies is actually kind of ruining retro gaming and actually kind of harming the hobby and the market overall. And if you haven't heard of them already, well, you've probably been living under a rock because of the amount of YouTubers that have been covering this. But basically, they're a website that sells various game consoles and games and different things like that, generally focusing on like retro gaming and things, and they've been pretty infamous lately due to the fact that they haven't been refurbishing their consoles and the fact that they're extremely expensive, like 2 to 4 times market value from what I've seen for these consoles and everything. And as an example, I found a Nintendo 64 that's apparently refurbished that costs $179, and the controllers aren't even the original controllers. And to put that into perspective, a couple years ago, I got a Nintendo 64 for about $120 that came with a copy of Mario 64, and it came with the original controller as well. And this pack doesn't even include a game, doesn't even include the original controllers. And if you want to include the original controllers, that's an extra $60, putting it out to be $239, which is almost double the amount that I paid for a Nintendo 64. So it's outrageous what they're charging for these consoles, and completely ridiculous. I've actually known that they've been overcharging for games and consoles for quite a few years now, because I came across DK Oldies a few years ago when I got some ads for it, and I thought I would check it out because it was like around the time I started like collecting retro games and everything, and I saw their prices, and even then they were almost as bad as they were now, and I've kind of strayed away from them ever since. Like, it's completely ridiculous, and I feel like that's definitely been causing a problem in the retro gaming market. I know there's other issues as well, like graded games and different things that have been causing prices to increase, but I feel like DK Oldies is definitely a major contributor to a lot of games going up in price overall. And just on prices on eBay, games are starting to go up, even though on eBay they're of course a lot cheaper than the games on DK Oldies. I feel like DK Oldies has kind of been influencing the price increase for a lot of games and everything, because if people are willing to pay for games that are this expensive, they'll only go up in price. Like, one example that I saw recently was Mario & Luigi Partners in Time, which is a DS game, and usually DS games aren't that expensive. Usually like $20, maybe $30 to $40 at most, but I found on DK Oldies that they were selling the game for almost $80. And then when you look on eBay, prices on eBay are starting to increase for that game as well, and looking on price charting, it's been increasing a lot as well. So it seems like DK Oldies seems to be partially contributing to the fact that games are more expensive. I know it's definitely the pandemic that was mostly what's driving the prices to be much higher for retro games, but I feel like DK Oldies is definitely a contributing factor, and they're definitely not helping the prices of retro games at all. And another major issue with DK Oldies that people have been talking about lately is the fact that they don't even refurbish their consoles. Like, Swizzle, Review Tech USA, and a few other YouTubers have made some videos where they actually bought a console from DK Oldies and unboxed it and looked inside, and yeah, they don't refurbish these consoles. Well, the most refurbishing that they do is just wipe it off with a rag for a couple seconds and then throw it in the box. They barely do anything, like not even the bare minimum. The bare minimum is opening up the console and dusting it out, and they don't even do that. And to make matters worse, they have a sticker on the console, and if you open that console, it breaks the sticker and it breaks the warranty, which I don't even think is legal in the United States. You can fact check me on that, but I believe you're not allowed to do that on various products in the US. And it's very scummy, extremely scummy, and like they're basically just getting away with not refurbishing the consoles at all and advertising it as like a refurbished console and everything. And since they put the sticker on there and have like the warranty and everything that would be broken if you open the console, basically you can't even check if it's refurbished or not. And the average consumer is not going to open up a console to check if it's refurbished or not. So most people are paying for something that's not being guaranteed here, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's definitely a scam, and there definitely needs to be something done about this. I'm glad a lot of YouTubers have been covering this, and just, yeah, overall, it's a pretty serious issue. And like with DK Oldies, like I said, it's definitely negatively influencing retro games overall. And like, the problem with this is that this could definitely change a lot of like sellers and retailers' outlook on like how they're selling retro games overall. Like, since DK Oldies is getting away with like not refurbishing their consoles, I'm worried that this could become a trend with other like online retro game sellers and everything. I mean, the fact that people are bringing it to light makes that less likely, but I feel like the main problem with DK Oldies contributing to retro gaming and everything is the fact that they're kind of driving up the prices. But yeah, just overall, it's extremely scummy and definitely a scam that they're not refurbishing their consoles and advertising them as refurbished. And it's just absolutely ridiculous overall. I'm not sure if DK Oldies is going to do anything about this or change their business model at all, because it only seems like they're doing damage control, and it really only seems like they're kind of they're really just kind of speaking out against the criticism and trying to basically silence any of the criticism. Like, they're deleting comments, hiding replies on Twitter. It really seems like they're completely ignoring this. And they're, on top of that, they're also promoting all of these reviews that seem like they're kind of almost bribed by DK Oldies, where people are showing off their seemingly refurbished consoles and everything, and just like promoting all of these positive reviews and everything. So it's kind of funny. It's just like it definitely seems like they're trying to sweep all of this criticism under the rug and not acknowledge it at all. Like, they could easily acknowledge this. Like, it's not that hard. They could actually go, oh, we're sorry that we haven't been, like, refurbishing our consoles, like, enough, or, to our customer, like, how our customers expected. We will start to, like, look into this more and start to look into the refurbishing process and refurbish our consoles more, or do something like that. I think that's what they should do. They shouldn't be sweeping this under the rug and act like this criticism doesn't exist. And yeah, it's just, I feel like things are only going downhill for DK Oldies, and yeah, I'm just curious to see what the outcome of all of this backlash will lead to. And just overall, DK Oldies definitely seems like a sinking ship right now. And just over the past few years, they've been definitely negatively affecting retro gaming. So it would be nice to see if they either like completely collapse from all of this, or improve their business model enough to where they're actually a decent company. But yeah, Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye.
Is DK Oldies a scam? No.